Hi guys, so today's video is going to be all about travel, packing, and organization. I absolutely love to travel and I think it is one of the greatest things, but it can also be so stressful trying to figure out what to bring, how to do it, how to be organized, and making sure you don't forget anything. So I've traveled quite a bit with my family, my fiance. It's just something that I love to do, so I do have quite a bit of experience. So I thought maybe I could share some tips that I have learned along the way with you guys and hopefully help you guys when you are planning for your next trip. I'm getting ready to go to New York City, so I've been packing for that trip and trying to figure out what to bring and all of that good stuff. So I thought I would bring you guys along in the planning and packing process with me to show you guys how I do it and what I do to stay organized. So I have a list of like 10 or 12 things, I don't know, it's kind of a lot, that help me and kind of go through a process and a routine and get you in this routine that you can do every single time that you are about to take a trip. So if you do find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up so I know to do more travel videos, because I love, like I said, I love traveling and I think these videos are so fun. I love to watch them myself. And be sure you are subscribed down below so you don't miss any more of my travel videos if you like these kinds of videos. I also do beauty, fashion, lifestyle, all of that sort of stuff. Like I said, I am going to New York City, so you don't want to miss a New York City vlog and haul coming within the next couple of weeks. So yeah, let's just dive right into the tips that I have to share with you guys today. Okay, so the first thing that I do when planning for a trip, and probably the most important thing, is to make some sort of a list of what you need and what you will be doing while you're on the trip. So you can either do this by hand, or there are plenty of like printables that you can find online. I will link the one that I'm showing here down below. I love this one. I feel like it has basically everything. And whatever it doesn't have, I usually just write in at the bottom or on the back if there is not enough space. But I also use the back of this sheet to plan out what I'm actually doing while I'm in that particular city or wherever you're going each day. So as you can see here on the back of this sheet, I just wrote every single day I'm going to be there: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and wrote down what I'm doing during the daytime and what I'm doing at nighttime so that I don't forget anything and I make sure I have something to wear for each of those occasions. Or maybe it's like an event like swimming or hiking. You need to make sure you have the appropriate things for that activity. So I always think this is super helpful. If you don't want to do a printable, if you can't find one that suits your needs, you can either write it down on paper, or I like making a list on my phone. I actually do both. I use the paper list for packing, like making sure I don't forget chargers and things like that, but I also make a list on my phone because it helps me know if I've packed the appropriate number of outfits and if I have everything that I need. I find that making a list on my phone where you can actually check it off as you go is really, really helpful, and it makes sure that I do not forget a single thing, so I'm good to go. So number two, a super important aspect of planning for a trip is to check the weather. You of course want to know what it's going to be like when you're there, and it could be totally different than where you are right now, so it's always important to check the weather. So for me, I'm going to New York. It's going to be 15 degrees colder than where I live right now, and rainy and kind of snowy actually, so I'm going to be sure that I pack lots of coats, scarves, hats, gloves, and things that keep me warm, as well as an umbrella. For you, it might be super sunny where you're going, so you want to pack sunglasses and tank tops and swimsuits and things like that. So it's really important just to check the weather and see. It could be really funky and you could have expected something totally different, so it's always good to check. So third, now that you have your list, it's time to start planning your outfit. So I'm going to insert a clip right here of how I plan my outfits. So I have this clothing rack in my room that I absolutely love for things like this. I don't need it for storage. All of my clothes fit perfectly fine in my closet, but I love it for organization, just like this, for my videos or for packing for trips. It's come in handy so much. So basically what I do is I pull out everything that I've been wanting to wear, or anything that's new, anything that you might have bought for the trip, anything like that that you think that you might want to try to incorporate into an outfit during the trip. I take it out and put it right here, and then I can kind of go through it and see, okay, what do I like? What can I pair together? What do I not like? What isn't practical for the trip? What is? So yeah, I love doing that. This clothing rack was super, super cheap on Amazon. But if you do not have a clothing rack and you don't have room for one, do not worry, because you can do this exact same thing by just laying out all of these pieces on your bed or on the floor or wherever, and kind of sorting through and doing the same thing, making those decisions, but just in a different way. So what I have here for my New York trip, first I have coats right here in the front. These are things that I pretty much know I'm going to take because I need coats. while I'm in New York. Then I have my night sort of outfits. So I only need 4 nighttime outfits, but I have 9 pieces right here. So basically what I'll do is I will just go try all of these on and decide what I actually want to bring, and I will only bring 4 different options, maybe 5, just because once you get there you might change your mind, you might not be feeling like wearing a certain outfit. So I always pack 1 extra than what I need, just because you like to have options. And then I have my daytime outfits right here. So again, we have lots more than what we need. Anyways, that is kind of how I start my organization process of packing for a trip. So I think this is just a really good way to make the most out of what you have in your wardrobe. But I love using this for packing for a trip, because I can really see what all I have bought or what all that I need to wear that's new in my wardrobe, or old pieces that I want to pull out again and style differently for a trip like this one. So this brings me to my 4th point, which is to try on everything and take pictures of which outfits that you like and want to wear during your trip. So I find this super helpful because once you're on the trip, you get really busy, you're just constantly doing things and having fun. Hopefully if you're on vacation, you're not really worried about anything. So it's always nice to have pictures so you don't have to think too much about what you're going to be wearing. So if you've done all of the pre-planning beforehand, figured out what you're going to wear, and actually taken pictures of it, it eliminates the stress entirely, and you can just kind of relax and literally pick out exactly what you're going to wear and already have everything ready to go. So for my trip in particular to New York, we always go out during the day and do things, and then we usually come back to the hotel and change for the nighttime and go to dinner and do whatever. So basically for me, I will have 2 outfits per day at least. And like I said, I always pack extra. So for me, I'm gonna have a lot of different options here, gonna have a lot of different things. But if it's more of a laid back trip for you, then you might not need to pack as much, which will be a lot less stressful. But once you've tried everything on and taken pictures so you don't forget what you paired together, I usually like to fold everything up and put each outfit in its own little pile on my bed so I can just see everything. And this is where the organization part begins, because you don't want to be all unorganized when you get there. You don't want to have everything just thrown in a suitcase. That makes it entirely too difficult to pair outfits together and figure out what you had with what. I find that this just helps me be super organized from the moment I put things in my suitcase all the way to the end of my trip. So as far as actually packing the outfits go, one tip that I can give you guys, which I'm sure you probably already know, is to pack things that can go with several different outfits. So if you have a pair of dark denim, wear that for 2 or 3 different outfits. You're gonna be out of town. No one's gonna really care if you wear the same jeans more than once. Or jewelry, I like to do this with jewelry. Wear the same jewelry for a few different outfits. Shoes especially, because shoes can take up a ton of space. So pick a pair of pretty neutral shoes that you can wear with a few different outfits so you're saving space in your suitcase. So back to the organization, as I was talking about, the biggest thing that helps me stay organized is utilizing packing cubes. So my favorite brand is the Cowpack brand. They are amazing. So I recently just got this gold pack and they are so gorgeous. I swear they have like saved my life when it comes to organization. It allows me to stay organized the entire time I'm on my trip because everything has its own designated space. So basically they come in 5 different sizes, and what I do is I kind of categorize mine. So for me, with my trip to New York, I have daytime outfits and nighttime outfits. So I put my daytime outfits in one, or at least the main pieces, like my tops and bottoms. Obviously big scarves or jackets aren't going to fit in these little packing cubes, but the basic items will fit. So all of my outfits for this trip fit in the 2 larger packing cubes. So for the smaller ones, I'll usually just put in my pajamas, or maybe your bralettes, bras, socks, underwear, whatever you might need to put in these, whatever you want to keep super organized. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. And then in the large zip pocket pouch, I'll probably put belts and bralettes and things like that in here. So yeah, they are super helpful and I absolutely love them. If you don't want to splurge and get the Cowpack brand, like I said, you can find a ton of different brands at Target, TJ Maxx, Macy's, like wherever you want. You can find a packing cube set. So that is one of my biggest tips to you guys, is just to be organized from the moment you put things in your suitcase. So obviously these packing cubes are great, but they don't really allow for a place for makeup or jewelry or things like that. So I have separate bags for those, and usually those I just get at Target. The Sonia Kashuk line is my favorite when it comes to little bags. So the one you see here that I'm putting my makeup in is perfect. It has a slot for all of your brushes up top, and then it just has a larger area in the bottom for all of your larger makeup products. I love traveling with this. It's so easy to carry, and I can just easily take it out and put it on the bathroom sink once I get to my hotel. And that makeup bag that I'm using here, the rose gold one, is actually from Ulta. They have the best makeup bags as well. I love them. And then the next one that I'm using for my jewelry is from Target. The Sonia Kashuk line is amazing there. I love this one. It just seems perfect for my jewelry. It's not too big, not too small, and it has little different compartments for your smaller jewelry pieces. So this really helps your jewelry to not get so tangled and to keep it organized by each outfit. So I actually use this, but I also use little jewelry bags inside of this, and I just get those when I buy jewelry pieces. Usually I just get those and I collect them. I never throw them away. So I have plenty to travel with, and I usually just put the jewelry that I'm wearing in each outfit in one little bag, and then it's organized that way. I can just kind of look in each bag and see which outfit it goes with, and then there you go. That takes all of the thinking out of it. You don't have to rummage through a ton of jewelry, which is super nice. So the next tip that I have for you guys might be kind of an obvious one, but this is to pack travel size toiletries. So even if you're not just packing in a carry-on where you don't necessarily have to abide by the like under 3 ounces rule, I still like to use travel sizes just to take up less space. And you're never going to use an entire bottle of shampoo on your 5-day trip. It's just not going to happen. So I always pack travel size. You can either go to your grocery store and get the travel size of your favorite shampoo and conditioner and body wash, or you can buy reusable travel tubes like I did. I absolutely love these. I got mine from Sephora, and they're the like silicone material, which I prefer because they never leak. Like these are the only travel size like reusable ones that I've used that do not leak at all. At least I've never had an issue with them leaking. And if they do, they come in their own little clear bag anyway, so it's very easily cleaned and everything like that. So I always love using these for my shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. In this bag, I usually put my razor and even my toothbrush and contact case in there as well. It's actually perfect for that sort of thing. And it just keeps all of my like bathroom toiletry type stuff in one space, which is really nice and makes it super easy once I get to the hotel. And that brings me to my next point, which is utilizing any space you can. If you're like me, you're an extreme overpacker, and it's so hard to pick out what you need and what you don't need. So utilizing any space you can is so important. So a couple ways I like to do this, and this also helps with organization and keeping your items nice and not smashing everything down into one big suitcase. So for instance, if I'm packing a lot of handbags, I'll take smaller handbags and stick them down inside of a bigger handbag. Or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, if they're nicer and you don't want to shove them, or if you don't have any that fit inside of the other. So if that's the case, another thing that I like to do to A, save space, and B, keep the shape of my handbags because I don't want them crushed while I'm traveling, I like to put socks or even bras and underwear, like soft things you don't mind like shoving down in a bag, anything like that. This is also good if you are packing hats, so I just turn the hat upside down and stuff it with socks or t-shirts or anything like that to keep its shape. Another way to utilize space in your actual suitcase is to wear the biggest and bulkiest things on the flight. So I know this can be sort of annoying, but I promise you it'll make your life so much easier when you don't have to stress about your suitcase being overweight. So any big boots that you have, or coats or anything like that, wear them on the plane. Or if you don't want to wear them on the flight, then pack a rolling carry-on, and you can put those items in the rolling carry-on, and you don't have to worry about the weight of your carry-on. It just has to be a certain size. So I pack the lightest things in my suitcase and the heaviest things in my carry-on, but only if it's a rolling carry-on, because you don't want to be lugging your heaviest items in a duffel bag because that gets heavy. But if you have a rolling carry-on, you're not going to feel the weight anyway, so that makes it super easy. But of course, make sure you don't have any liquids over 3 ounces because they will take them and they will throw them away, and that's sad if it's like makeup products or something. So don't do that. But shoes, coats, jewelry, hair tools, anything like that I usually put in my carry-on because they are heavier items and I know that it won't take up space in my bigger suitcase. So of course, this brings us to actually packing your big suitcase. So you've packed your packing cubes, your makeup, your jewelry, your hair tools, all of that, and now it's time to actually put them in the suitcase. So this part is super easy. Basically, I just put in my big bulky packing cubes first, and then I put shoes over top, and then any like hats or handbags, like I was saying, that are stuffed with things so they do not lose their shape, I put those on top. And then any scarves, hats, gloves, any soft things on top. Okay, so another huge tip for the overpackers like myself is to buy something that allows you to weigh your suitcase before even going to the airport, because If you travel a lot like me, and like I said, you're an overpacker, it is the most stressful thing in the world when you're about to weigh your suitcase and you're pretty sure it's overweight, but you're not sure. So I always recommend getting a little digital scale or something to weigh your bag beforehand. These are so helpful, so you can kind of arrange all of your stuff beforehand, and especially if you are taking a trip where you are going to be doing some shopping, it's great to pack in your suitcase so you have it on the way back, so you can make sure that even with the stuff you bought, you're still not overweight. So this is just such an important thing. You can get them for pretty cheap at Target or any department store, really, Amazon even. So definitely look into that if you travel frequently. And if you don't have one of these and you're taking your next trip tomorrow, one thing that I like to suggest is to always pack an empty, bigger bag in your carry-on. And what I mean by that is to get one of the fold-up ones that can be really, really tight and compact, but it can expand and hold a bunch of stuff. So I particularly use my Longchamp bag that folds into a little square, and then I can just unfold it and put in anything that I need to. So if you do get to the airport and everything is overweight, you can kind of take some things out and put it in that larger bag and have that as your carry-on. So yeah, you can also get, like, if you don't want a Longchamp, you can also get those like little canvas bags that you fold up too. You can buy those on Amazon. Anything like that would work for this. Okay, and the last thing is packing your carry-on. So for this particular trip for me, I'm packing a rolling carry-on as well as just like my purse on top, a bigger purse to hold my like headphones, books for flights, my laptop. I'm going to be doing some editing on the plane, so I'm going to pack my laptop. Any chargers that I have, I usually pack in my carry-on just in case you're stuck at the airport or something. And I always like to pack an extra outfit in my carry-on. So one of those extra outfits that you pack, go ahead and stick it in your carry-on just in case your luggage were to get lost. At least you have one outfit that you can change into. Okay guys, so I think that is it for this video. I really hope that you guys found this helpful, and hopefully you found some tips that you didn't think of before or that will be helpful when you're planning your next trip. If you did like this video and you want to see more travel videos, then definitely give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not already, subscribe down below. I would love to have you, and you definitely do not want to miss the New York City vlog coming soon. It's gonna be super fun. I'm so excited to take this trip to New York and show you guys everything that I do. This is an annual trip that I do, so I'm pretty familiar with the New York area. So I think it'll be super fun to bring you guys along this year. But like I said, that is it for this video. So I will talk to you all in my next one. Bye guys.